Good morning. We are here at Mogul and we have in the house our guest presenter for the day, Andrew Gunn.
Good morning, Nikki. Hi, Hallie.
Morning.
I've known Andrew for over 10 years, and Andrew shares a passion over 30 years of strength conditioning, mobility and balance across the board. We also have guest participant David Gifford and new participant Nicole. Now, Nick, remind me your surname. You are Wilde, aren't you? Nicole Wilde. Fabulous. And Hayley Wayfinder. We're just waiting on Jess. I love that there's some wildness in
we are the wild wayfinders.
You are the wild wayfinders, yes. So Jess should be here any moment. Let me just check whether she's joining. And great. Got Matt sorted. Now, Nick, the one thing you may not have heard about is a weight. If you have a freestanding weight, we do like to use that.
Oh, I do. It's downstairs outside. Are you talking like a dumbbell or how heavy?
Yes, a dumbbell is perfect. I use, it could be any size really.
I've got ones, threes, and fives maybe.
Grab the fives.
Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah, take your time. We do have music today, which is a bit exciting. And Gino's coming out. Up you come, Papa.
She's very settled. Must be nice and warm.
Gino, come down. We'll play after. I know, sweetie. Come. You think if you make friends with Andrew, he'll back you.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, Gino. Thank you.
Beautiful dog. Oh. Well, good mark here.
Thank you, Gino. Okay. Any requests today, Hayley? Anything you'd like to revisit from the last session with Andrew or anything else?
I should have brought my broomstick.
Yes.
Do I need one?
I think we'll leave those today. Otherwise,
okay.
Yeah, it'll just be a hindrance. But Hayley did mention she liked using the broomstick.
Yeah, it's a good way to warm up.
So Nick and David, we've used broomsticks for mobilising and for awareness of straight lines.
Yeah.
But today we will be starting with our Primal Rolls. Just hold this up so we can see. We'll be incorporating some lunges. We'll be doing, the clock is a balancing practice.
Yeah.
And the Flamingo is the bringing together of the clock with some pec strength. And Andrew reminded us that there's a lot of value in the basics of push,
pull, squat, carry, and hinge. Hinge, yes.
So while Andrew gives us a bit of an intro, Hayley, it'll be some sort of reminder for you, and Nick, it'll all be fresh. Let's start with some primal rolls. So if you could place your fingertips at the mastoid process, which is just behind your ear, and that'll help you identify where the skull is separate to the spine. So really just mobilize that point. That's it. And this is the joint that is leading. This is a lateral spinal roll. So the head is leading and the rest of the spine is following. It helps if you bend your knees. That's it. Now Hayley is the most experienced at this, so follow her. And I'm going to give you some hands-on guidance because it's quite quite a challenging whole spine. That's it. Bend the knees. And the spine is acting like the way that a fish moves. That's it, Andrew. That seems to be coming along. So we go head, thorax, pelvis, head. Great. And as you continue, just check that the breath is flowing. That's coming very good. And nice, Nick, you're getting some good articulation in the side of the spine there. The breath is flowing in and out. Wherever you feel the restriction in the movement, take your attention there so that you can slow it down and more deliberately open up that part of your body. Again, as we take a breath in and let it out. And let your spine come back to neutral as we now practice on the sagittal planes. If you turn sideways is the easiest. And I like to just even kind of use my hands as an extension of the spine so that the head is coming close to the body, the tail is dropping, and then the head comes forward. So it's actually the motion of the dolphin, this one. And then head comes back in close. So just, again, feel that rolling action. The head is actually doing a big circle if you trace it. That's it. Right again, I'm going to give you some. Keep going with that one. Bend your knees, bend your knees. That's better. You should feel quite strong sensation through your spine. This one is actually not a hinge. We're rolling the head close into the body. So you're curving the spine. It's nice to go slow. Yes, good. Yes, Hayley, good. And for the last few here, oh, nice, Nick, you've got it, yes. Wherever the spine gets the strongest stretch, you can just pause at that point and do what we call a micro move. Tiny little mobilizer. So what you're doing is mobilizing the joints. You're opening up your joints. I want you just to remember that in the Experience Lab, which is what this is, we don't work with a no pain gain. We work with strong sensation as it helps us to welcome challenge in our lives, as it helps us to move through fear. Let that land. The last few breaths as you intensify the sensation while softening and opening. And easing to a neutral stance. Actually feels good to just give the glutes a good healthy squeeze. Open up through the pecs and let's take your time to come into a lunge, just a natural lunge. And Andrew, I'd love to hand over to you. And what we'll do is just move between lunging and articulating your spine. So that could look like transferring your weight as you roll the pelvis. It could look like even coming to the ground and doing some spinal movements. So organically opening up the hips and the spine.
I can't do both. I can't.
No, of course.
I'll talk.
Just so we don't stop moving.
Of course, absolutely.
But yeah, we can listen and move.
That's great. Hayley and Nicole, good to see you again, Hayley. So I want to ask you a question, and thanks very much, Lexi, for this. This is a great concept in regards to us over 40 and 50-year-olds. Get my base in there.
Yes, please do.
I want to ask a question, and I know Hayley knows the answer. Who's heard of Percy Cerutty?
Nah.
Have you heard of Percy Cerutty? Well, in my opinion, Percy Cerutty had the greatest comeback of a 40-year-old in history. This was a man who, at the age of 43, suffered his third nervous breakdown. He was an alcoholic. He was smoking 3 packets of cigarettes a day. And he was given 12 months to live by certain doctors. But luckily for us, Percy did not accept that diagnosis. And he went on and eventually started walking, started giving up cigarettes, gave up the alcohol, started running, lifting weights, and eventually trained some of Australia's greatest athletes like Herb Elliott and John Landy. And he also won a few marathons while he was at it, after the age of 43. So this is why Lexi's program here. That's right. That's right. He was a legend.
Amazing.
An amazing feat, and it's a true story. And this is why Lexi's program here of strength conditioning and aerobic conditioning, mobility and balance is so crucial for us over 40-year-olds. It proves that we can still have our best lives ahead after the age of 40. Now, I just want to quickly go into a few stats, if that's all right.
Please.
Lexi. So this is being done by various studies. The problem with after 40, so many things happen to our bodies if we're not careful. And the first thing that happens is we start losing muscle if we're not careful. We start losing muscle. That's fact. If we don't exercise or look after ourselves, after the age of 40, we start losing muscle. And of course, we start losing strength as well. So again, once again, this program is so crucial. Our energy drops, and we start becoming much more averse to risk, to injury. And with that, our confidence goes. But here's a real sticker: is at the age of 40, there's usually 2 types of people. There's one who pretty much want to be comfortable for the rest of their lives and eat comfortable foods and don't exercise, stop exercising. Or you've got the other kind who keep training as though they're 25 years old and they keep getting injured. And both methods fail. Both methods are going to fail us big time. So once again, this is why it's crucial to have programs for over 40-year-olds like Lexi's doing here. I just want to quickly go into some science, more facts, and then I'll take it back to you, Lexi.
Please.
No, he's there. I just want to quickly add, before I hand back to Lexi, that they did a study. The study finished last year, and it was a 30-year-old study. This study went for 30 years, which is unheard of, really. And they had 147,000 participants in the study. 147,000. That's a lot of people in the study. And it was all to do with strength training over the age of 40. And some of the findings were quite telling, because it said that when you start doing some strength training, like kettlebells there and other things, other movements, your risk of death decreases by 15%. And your cardiovascular disease decreases by almost 20%.
Could you say those again, Andrew?
Yep. So the risk of death decreased by almost 15%. And this was done by the study, a 30-year study.
When you do strength training,
Over the age of 40.
Risk of death by
15%. Yeah, correct. And your risk of cardiovascular disease decreases by almost 20%. And your neurological disease lowers by 27%.
Wow.
And the good news is the study also found that you don't need to strength train every day. You only need to strength train for 90 minutes to 120 minutes a week. Not a day, not every second day, but a week. And the study also found that doing more than that is not necessarily better. So 90 to 120 minutes is a real sweet spot. Now, I've spoken enough, and so I guess what I'm trying to say is, after the age of 40, strength isn't optional, it's a medicine. I'll just hold my breath there for a second, and you guys can keep moving.
I'd be curious if anyone could repeat those stats back.
I know it's early in the morning. And it's nothing worse than getting stats in the morning. I hate that as well.
Oh.
Strength training reduces your risk of death by 15%.
Correct.
And your risk of cardiovascular disease by 20%?
Correct.
You're
on fire.
And neurological by 27?
Perfect. Top of the class.
I think the thing that I find really interesting about all of that is so many women over 40 are being given these GLP-1 drugs to lose weight, and one of the main side effects is sarcopenia. Yes,
exactly. I know.
And what is sarcopenia, Nick?
Muscle wasting, muscle loss.
Wow, that's a huge.
About Ozempic?
Yeah.
My God.
And that's this. Well, you're on that, Nicole. Percy Cerutty, the guy who I was talking to you about before, one of his secrets to his comeback was he threw away the medicines. So he was dosed up with lots of medicines to try to survive, but he threw them away and he became living ornament up until the age of 80.
Yeah.
So I think there's something in that, Hayley.
Yeah, absolutely.
While Lexi's doing that, while she's just quickly doing something else, and I'll quickly touch base on what we discussed last week, Hayley.
Yeah.
And that was in regards to the 5 movements that I think Percy Cerutty swore by, and Dan John, a guy I respect totally, swears by. And that was the squat that Hayley seems to be doing right there. Actually, is that deadlift or a bit of both? A bit of both, actually. The hinge, the squat, the push
pull,
and the pull and the carry. So can you recall the pull, Hayley?
Oh, so was it push pull? I think we had a weight, but push pull kind of like.
Well, that's a pull, yeah. So that's a press overhead. Correct. Perfect. And the pull
and the carry.
Correct. So on the side, head straight, nice and straight, a good posture, and think. Yeah, that's it. So that's called a farmer's carry, or a suitcase carry. So that's a suitcase carry. So do it nice and slow and controlled, and that's good, Nicole. It's better to do it probably on the outside, but I mean, as long as you've got the technique there.
It's better to do it what?
Outside, probably outside, a bit more space there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But while I've got you there, Nicole,
yeah,
another great movement where you've got a dumbbell in your hand is a pull movement or a row. Have you done a row before?
Yeah.
Okay, show me how you do your row. How do you do your row?
So like just...
Yeah, that's right, yep. Perfect, that's good. Now, the only thing I'll suggest is a good key there is to have your thumb into your armpit. Just try that. And have your head looking straight a bit further. That's good. Just try it again, yep. So that's better. So
I can't get it up that high. I'm too weak.
Well, you're close enough, though. It's actually close enough. Close enough there. But just try it again. That's pretty good. That looks pretty good. That's good, Hayley, too. So always aim for the thumb into your armpit if you can. And pause it there. That's perfect. Perfect, Nicole.
Look how different I am on both sides. I'm noticing that so much. I can't get it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So that's a good insight there for you. So pulls are very important. And you want to talk? Are you anything you want to say?
No, I'm
Oh, no worries, yeah, no worries, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the pull.
Struggle with it.
It's always a good little. If it's too heavy, sometimes it's good to just go. I'd rather you get the technique right than the actual weight. See, that's very good, Nicole. I like your technique there. That's better than the first one, and that's good too, Hayley. That's very good, much better. Now the trick is to try and pause here for a second, Hayley. Just pause when you're out there. Just pause, and can you feel your shoulder blade?
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. That's the feeling you want. You want to feel that kind of. That's very good, guy. That's good, Dave. Yep, yeah. So that's when in Western society, the pull movement is very. We don't do it enough. We focus on our front, especially men. Us men, we focus on our muscles we can see, like our chest and shoulders and our biceps. We ignore the muscles in our back, which is so crucial.
So one of the principles we apply in the experience lab is what we just did before of the challenge point. So when you find, as you were saying, Andrew, find the point where you feel the muscle activation, and then focus the mind on the sensation, so that you're really getting the most out of the movement. In contrast to just drills where you're counting, which often causes strain or even disembodiment. We actively move towards the challenge, stimulate the challenge, and fire it up.
Absolutely. Do you want to keep going, or
Well, let's continue into. We'll introduce these guys to Earth Sky Dragonfly. Hey, if I say those words, what do they mean? Could you demo Earth Sky Dragonfly?
So Earth. Oh, Earth. Yeah, I have no idea. Have we done it before?
So keep hold of your weight.
Okay.
And
that's what
weight.
Oh, no, that's it.
Yeah. And we stretch the fascia between the hands. So you want to plant your one hand on the ground, open out the fingers, and stretch the other hand right up so that both of your shoulders are reaching in opposite directions. Earth sky, that is. And the reason I like this is that it gives you an orientation. Then I want you to bring your hands together behind you. So if you've got a weight, David, imagine you're going to touch, go slow, because it's quite an unusual movement. Very strong in the tricep. Hand touch. Then we do the little dragonfly movement, which is to mobilize the shoulders. So we do little wing actions. That's the one. Again, let's just check. Breath is coming in and out. Oh. Good opportunity to lift the pelvic floor and then extend the arms. Same thing, same direction. Earth sky before we change over. And then swap the arms so you can do earth, sky. Really, that's it. Nice. Press the arms in opposite directions. And you're getting fascial stretch across pec, even a little through the lat. And you're also getting activation on the other side, pec and lat, bearing down. So the pec and the lat are the antithesis of the trap. Most of us get very tight across the trap. Best way to reverse that is engaging pec and lat. So we've got earth sky, and then check out the dragonfly. Nice Nick, nice Hayley. Give us a little dragonfly action. That's the mobilizing of the shoulder joint. And again, you should be getting some good, healthy stretch and strength, really. It is for that top tricep. If you like, you might even close your eyes just for a breath or two. Closing the eyes conserves our energy, helps us to make contact with our own sensation. We call in somatics interoception. And then when that's complete, once again, earth sky, boom, pop it up. In fact, as we work with the arm raised, I think you've got a story you might like to share, David, around the lobster. You're willing to tell us about the lobster? I share it frequently. Keep playing with that one. You can keep swapping. There's a lot of reason for raising the arms. So I want you just to have a play with earth sky as well as raising the arm. I don't want to put you on the spot, David, but if you would like to share it, I'd love to hear it in your words.
When lobsters or males generally have conflict or fight, their testosterone goes up. And a lobster will, the winning lobster after a conflict will carry his pinches higher, and the losing lobster will have them lower. And it's all to do with the testosterone.
Wow.
So the reverse happens, that when we raise our arms, our biochemistry improves and goes up. We feel happier.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
It's like, so if you lift your arms, when you're feeling down, you end up being up.
Yeah, isn't that classic? So the winning lobster walks around all day like whoa, like oh, and the losing lobster's like dragging his pincers all day like a loser. Like it's so.
And they've done testosterone tests on, say, two boys football teams playing each other, and the winners, they measure their testosterone afterwards, and it's raised, and the losing boys team participants, their blood tests show that the testosterone is lower.
That's incredible.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
So keep your pinches up, mate.
Yeah, keep your pinches up. Absolutely. I think this is a good one too, in regards to this world where we live in a very sedentary world with sitting in a chair all day. I can feel my shoulders and back loosening too.
I agree.
So it's a good one, good movement.
I just need to get a water. Back in a second.
Okay. So Hayley, let's show the fellas how we do driving up, and then taking the weight slightly back and then controlling that lowering down. And the purpose here, fellows, is that on a condition, that's it. Condition the shoulders to stay back behind the ear. If you think about, in fact, I've got a video on using your phone in this way, holding the phone so that your shoulders come back, the neck sits back. That's it. Next, so we do a strong drive up, and then it's a slow control, and the control comes from your pec. The arm comes back to that challenge point. That's it, Andrew. And it's a controlled lowering. Good. Now remember that one, we will come back to it. We're going to bring that together with the clock. So if you position yourself where you're nice and stable, and draw up through the pelvic floor, up through the abdomen, bear weight into one leg, and I like to just give it a little bend in the knee. In fact, it looks like, David, bending the knee is going to be really helpful for you. And then take your weight and then place it on your other thigh. And then just extend the leg out. This is it's a classical ballet move. It's one of the strongest. It comes from the développé. It's my absolute nemesis right now, which is exactly why it's so potent. That's it, nice. And then check out, so I call this 12 o'clock. Let's have a look at out to the side, so 3 o'clock. That's it, David. And if you put the weight on the outer leg,
that's all good.
Space. And then come back to 6 o'clock, and I use the weight on the glute or the thigh. Again, if you want, you can squeeze the glute up, straighten the leg, point the toes. That'll really switch on the fascia. And then see if you can do a little sweep back from 6, 5, 4, 3.
That wasn't a way.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
That's
2, 1, back to 12. We lift the pelvic floor. This is deep inner work as we take the leg across the body back to 11. Adductor, pubococcygeus. Back to 12. Take a breath in here. And then as you breathe out, settling back down. And to the second side, ground and anchor. Yes, nice one, David. Feel free to use the wall. Most of the strength is just through simply carrying your body weight in one leg. Off we come to 12 o'clock. And nice one there with the hand on the hip, Nick. That'll help stabilize. The other thing I love to do is a mudra, which is connecting the thumb. Could be any of the fingers. They each have a different gesture, and it actually significantly improves the concentration. If you want to play with yourself. Let's check out 9 o'clock. And step forward there, your space there. Nice. And then back we come to 6 o'clock. And you want to feel it in the glute. Keep the chest open. Lovely stamina, everybody. Let's sweep around from 6 to 7 to 8, back to 9. Watch as the hip swivels. 10, 11, 12. Awesome work, everybody. Draw up through the pelvic floor. Keep the hips square as you take the leg across the body. Deep inner work. Very nice. Inhale back to center. And then down we come. Lovely focus, everybody. Thank you. This is the clock. I'm going to practice it. Just keep a hold of your weight. Even holding your weight is helpful. You might do some things like, in fact, let's just give that a go. Tossing it behind, transferring hand to hand. This is all left, right brain stuff. Nice, Nick. Other way.
This one too. Go through our legs, maybe.
Ah. Yes. Thank you. Brings my energy in. That's good. And other way. Awesome. Okay, and to piece together the flamingo, if you come to the front of your mat, and this one is a balancing practice. Again, just keep a hold of your weight. You can play with it if you like. We do this small little D shape on the floor. From your 12 o'clock, just draw almost like you've got chalk on your toes behind you. That's the one. Beautiful. And then bring it all the way behind so you can replace the other foot. And then do the other side. big D shape or even a C shape in place. So you're walking, let me show you that again. It's a big D, and then place the foot behind so your front foot comes out. You got it, Dave? That's it, Andrew. Yes, so it's a slow walk backward. Nice, Nick. Crossing behind, and slowly walking backwards. The reason I do a lot of these is because I have worked with a lot of clients over 60, and control through the pelvic muscles becomes increasingly important. And this will add to base level function like pelvic floor control, urination, even bowel movement becomes increasingly dependent on this control of the lower body. Got it, Andrew? Nice. Nice, David, you got it. And we piece it together. Nice, Haley, yes. With the bent knees, gives you more control. Yeah, more agility. Lovely. Oh, again, just check your breathing. That's it, Nick. Very nice, darling. This is the Flamingo. It goes something like this. The arms and the legs together. One arm comes up. Earth sky. That'll be your center line. And then the other leg sweeps behind. It doesn't even have to be a big movement. Just, yes. Sweet, Nick. Swap your hands over. Earth sky. Bingo. Beautiful. And front leg does this D shape. Sweet, Hayley, you've got it, darling. Nice, Nick. Just keep going with that one. Feeling into your own body, your own balance. Last few breaths just to let it sink in. Let the arms and the legs just find their own coordination. Breathing in wherever you are and see it all the way through. Breathing out to close that little movement. Come back to a squat. Oh, in fact, you might even turn sideways so you can transfer the weight. Okay, let's keep the weights to hand, and we'll time to get low. Nice to see you there, Nick. Basically, the lower you are to the ground, the more likely you are to get hip mobility. And of course, where you're mobilizing your hips, you're strengthening your quads, your hammies. And the primal moves are all based around this base level squat. So you can use the hands, of course, to support you. Let's come through a few dog lizards. So that is back into almost like a pounce-like position. And then pouncing one leg through. And we'll just really pump the thigh muscles. It's a simple way to get the heart rate and the thighs really active. Yes, particularly great. Like to compose your mind And as you're pouncing, you're feeling the thighs, mobilizing, activating. You just bring something of your intention to mind, intention for this week ahead. Feel as you're investing yourself in self-development, physically and mentally, even spiritually. And the stronger the sensation, the clearer the work. Last few. And then just back to it, mobilizing, some squat, like transferring your weight. Yes, great. Just checking in with yourself. Even acknowledging of 80% capacity. What level are you at now? We've been doing high intensity training, which is 4 times 30 seconds. Could be any movement, and I wonder whether I have something
Intensity training
to share.
I think in regards to intensity, you probably can't go past the squat, especially with light weight. So I was thinking a squat, and maybe what should we do now?
Yeah.
Should we just do a? I think let's just ask a question in regards to high intensity training for 30 seconds. What would you recommend? Either a squat or a push up, actually, but I think we should do a squat, and we'll just grab our weights again. Oh, sorry, Joe. And I think we'll just focus on our correct technique, and we'll just do simple squats. We'll go down, it's comfortable, and go up. Give us 30 seconds. That's good. Good, Hayley. Good, Nicole.
I invite you to.
About 15 seconds to go.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Yep, that's excellent. 5 seconds. Yep. That's good. That's excellent. And squat's also very good too for our strength as well. So the squat movement, that's called a goblet squat. And that's also very good for our strength as well.
Let's go again.
Okay, we go again?
The invitation is to go to your challenge point. So somewhere on that squat.
Yep.
That is most intense. Knowing you'll only be here for 30 seconds.
Yep.
Pulse. Go, Hayley. Yes, Nick. Nice, David. Good, Andrew. Beautiful form. Now be aware of your face. Okay, so we want internal intensity, internal strength, but still an agility and openness upon the face, the neck, the shoulders. That's for 15. Just for 10. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yes.
Very good, everybody.
Well done, everyone. That's excellent.
Break.
That's excellent. That's excellent. That's excellent.
We've got 2 more. Do a finger leg. This time, I invite you to bring to mind a point of fear in the week ahead. It could be even just a simulation in your mind. Point of challenge, something you might normally avoid. See that you're bringing even sensory intensity, but a lightness of spirit. And we're about 15. Sorry, Juno's done a fart. Makes it more intense. We get to simulate avoidance for 5, 4, 3, 2. See it through. That's 1. Very nice, everybody.
Juno.
Could not have been better time. Something to avoid? I'll give you something to avoid. Okay. Same thing. Compose the mind. Welcome the intensity in the body. But come with an agility of spirit. Very good. 20 to go. It's 15. Welcome the sensation. For 10. Tuck it up through the pelvic floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good, everyone. Come back to spinal mobilizing. As we started, taking the time, we're doing beautifully. Yeah, head is leading the movement, rest of the spine following. I invite you to bring one hand on your chest and one on your belly so that you can start to separate. That's good. Use of the neck, David. Try now. Good. Hands. So that you're separating your thoracic from your lumbar. Really showing you how you do thorax and lumbar. That's it. Thorax, lumbar. Thorax. Heart rate. Strong. Feet strong. Body warm. And last few, put the hands on the pelvis, front and back of the pelvis, so that you can feel how much like you've got a long tail. If you were to sway that tail, how you would exaggerate the, like a big fish might, or yeah, big fish might flick the tail. Into dolphin movement. If you amplify the head to tail. Draw your attention into your own body here. You can even close your eyes if you like as you explore your spinal mobility. As much time as you like. You access parts of your back that are being restricted, and chances are they've been restricted for decades. Find a point that feels beneficial. Feel free to offer micro movements, small little jiggles, and joint modes, we call them in the industry, to break free of caging your body, the desk prison, as our friend Lillian goes to.
Desk prison. It's great, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So good. your own body, what a gift it is to connect with your own sensation. To welcome ease into the body. Ease through stretch and release. Like that. Endorphins flowing freely. Shifting from cortisol to acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a hormone of relaxation. Micro moving, working out the tension. Yes, in 25 years of teaching yoga, I've found it's these little organic micro movements that really help us to access our own very, very personal needs. We've got a good 5 more breaths, just working out your own tension in your own back, your own pelvis, anywhere through the spine. Time for a recap. Just as you're working in your body, you can take your mind back through. We came together as a group. Guest presenter Andrew Gunn introduced our guest participant David Gifford, and we welcomed you, Hayley Wayfinder, Nicole Wilde. Checked in with Jess, who didn't make it today. I'll be checking in with her later. Sure, there's a very valid reason. We came to our spinal roll. That's where we started. Andrew shared the stats on strength conditioning after 40.
Correct.
And that just by showing up, we are increasing our chance of longevity or life after 40 by 15%. Is that right, Andrew?
That's right. Correct. Strength training after the age of 40. It's a medicine. It shouldn't be optional. It's a medicine.
Yes, medicine.
And that includes mobility as well. And the other stat I didn't get to was in regards to the other finding for the study they did was if they combined strength training with aerobic work or mobility work, I think the lower risk of death was 48 to 52%. So pretty much half. So combining strength training with aerobic work, and I think this is some sort of aerobic work, my heart's pumping. It increases, it lowers the risk of death by 48 to 52%. And that's not me making out. This was a 30-year study of 147,000 participants. So it just goes to show how crucial it is after the age of 40 to really, as Lexi was saying before, to look after our bodies, to do strength training, balance that we're doing now, mobility, a bit of aerobic work. It's just so crucial for our longevity and our well-being.
Wow. And we're reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease and neurological disease. And Nick, I really appreciate your input on, I don't know the term you use. What's the broad term for Ozempic?
GLP-1s.
GLP-1.
GLP-1, number 1.
Yes, thank you. Do you know what it stands for, David?
No, but I've got a friend in Sydney who is 47. He stopped smoking and he put on 5 kilograms. So his GP, his normal weight, put on 5 kilograms, and his GP said, "Get onto Ozempic."
Wow. Wow. I think that's bad advice.
5 kilos.
5 kilos.
Oh, just stop eating chips.
It's just mind-blowing.
It is. It certainly is. My father was the same. In the 1980s, he was a chain smoker, and he gave up cigarettes. And unfortunately, he put on weight too. But I think there's so much more we can do. I think it must be just a habit. You to have something in your hands, and I think there's more we can do. Like these things like here, like mobility, balance. It's so good for to lose weight. Seriously. So there's so much more. There's so many better options than simply going on to medication.
Well, the shocking thing is the medicals, that medical practitioners, and the knee-jerk reaction was just get onto Ozempic for 5 kilograms.
I know, that's ridiculous.
Said just stop eating sugar for a week.
That's correct. And they make much.
Nick said, stop eating chips.
Yeah, sugar's a big one. I find sugar to me. My wife, she read the CSIRO book, the anti-sweet poison book back in 2012, and I cut out sugar for a couple of weeks, and I lost about 3 or 4 kg. So sugar is really another game changer for me. Just cutting out sugar, it can really change your life as well, as Dave was saying. Cutting out sugar.
So at this point, I'm handing over to Hayley Wayfinder, who's taking the lead. Hayley has done my apprenticeship program in trauma-informed practice, and she's now done a full 6 weeks of strength conditioning. And Hayley says to me, Lexi, I want to take this on. I want to transform. And the way Hayley takes things on is not in halves.
Yep.
And so tell us about what you want to do, Hayley, for this next
42 days, I'm taking on Lexi's doable detox.
Cool.
So it'll be like I think you shared a video about a pre-tox. So just planning, preparing, setting myself up for success. So that means like labeling all my jars, doing my bulk food shop. I'm going to print it all out, get my recipes, and just be fully prepped for the actual next 21-day detox. So I'm set up for success, and also doing her BodyWhispering package as well.
That's fantastic, Hayley.
They're great videos, by the way. They're down by the river.
Oh, amazing. You've been watching. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I'm really looking forward to these next 42 days of combining the movement and the flexibility and the mobility and the strength with the nutrition and a little bit more focus and intention.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. That really is, Hayley.
So you're obviously all invited, and it's not something you want to undertake lightly. People often ask, well, what can I eat and what can't I eat? Yep. By the way, just keep the body mobile while we talk, but it's essentially clean eating. So we drop all of the shit that we know we tend to lean towards. So for me, the big one is going to be coffee, but sugar as well. We just drop it. We drop meat. We drop dairy. We drop processed foods. So we lean to, as Hayley was saying, whole foods. And it is called the Doable Detox, coined by my clients. So many people for years have said, look, I know I need to detox, but I just don't think I can do it. For whatever reason, I travel a lot, or my family don't want to do it, or I just don't believe I can do it, right? So I talk you through that, and we aim for a 7 out of 10, because most people come back to me and say, I aimed for 7 and I nailed 9 or even 10.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and we just keep a journal. We keep a log of what we eat and how we're feeling. It's all laid out in the manual, which I made 20 years ago and still to this day. It's old school naturopathy. And the BodyWhispering is based on the Yoga Sutras, which is I'll even show you these because it's really the psychology of yoga, which is based on.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think 6 weeks is a great time span. I think 6 weeks is just about mark, I think, in regards to these kind of challenges. 6 weeks is perfect.
Oh, you can really
Absolutely.
see change in your body.
Absolutely.
On your face.
That's awesome.
Feel change in your bowel. Yeah.
Absolutely. And another thing I like about that is 7 out of 10 reminds me of being consistent. And one of the findings in so many studies in regards to health and fitness is to be consistent, to keep showing up and being consistent. So I think 7 out of 10 is a great benchmark.
That's it.
Being consistent, being reliable, showing up,
yes,
doing your stuff, and then, as you said, if you nail it, even better.
Yes.
So I think that's excellent.
So
one thing I was going to ask about this, Lexi, do you recommend obviously doing measurements, but what about scales and body fat percentage, that sort of thing? Do you advocate for that or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I recommend that we all have at least one data point to start with in your first week, and it could be anything. Because people respond to different things.
Yeah.
I know my friend CU wants to do it, and because she has diabetes in the family, she's using a marker of blood glucose. So we do a before test, but it could be body fat, it could be weight. You might collect a few. And I'd love you to share them with me so we're all really clear. Ideally, you get them from your GP. That'd be really good because then, it's super accurate. And also, when you come back to your GP, like you were saying earlier, David's working with a marker point and being seriously, like, you're quite next level. David puts me to shame. And then he's going back to his practitioner for that post. You're basically doing a detox anyway, but that post marker, it could be anything. Even an inflammatory marker. That's the one I like to use.
Like an ESR or something.
Exactly, darling. Yes, it's in a standard blood test.
Yeah, cool. I just got bloods done last week, so that'll work. And I've got a glucometer. I can do, like, would you say in first thing in the morning or when's a good blood sugar time?
Yeah, so long as it's consistent. First thing.
Yeah, okay.
You could even do it before or it'll vary depending on whether you've done it.
Do you reckon before bed would be a good time to do it? Because then you see, yeah.
That's a good suggestion. Yes, before bed. Yeah. Do you roughly go to bed same time?
Yep, between 9:30 and 10 most nights.
Awesome. Yeah. We're here online, and exactly like we'll do a full complete workout, but we've got time to share your experience, what's going on.
While we're having a pause, do you want me to say a few more words?
Love you too, Andy.
In regards to, I just want to quickly say a few more things about the great man, Percy Cerutty. I'm going to quickly get my ugly face on camera here.
Talking about my friend like that.
Because, I said my ugly face. Anyway, long story short, so Percy Cerutty, he loved nature. He loved embracing nature. One of his key philosophies was to train out of nature. He used the ocean, he used sand hills, he used rocks, he used parks, he used golf courses to really train outside. He had all these athletes, he called them Stotons, to train outside out in the fresh air. And I know that he's big on training outside at Stradbroke Island and a few places like that. So I just think it's so crucial for us all to reconnect with nature and to really train, to reacquaint ourselves with nature and to really train and think about training outside. I do my workouts outside in my backyard, out under a tree. I don't go to a gym. So I think it's a missing ingredient in regards to health and well-being and strength and mobility and balance is to really focus on training outside. When I say focus, not all the time, but I mean just once in a while go outside and reacquaint ourselves with nature. It's a hidden ingredient.
These ladies showed up 5:30 a.m.
I know.
On the beach.
That's amazing.
Yeah, last Friday.
That's amazing. That's so cool. That's so cool.
We should still try to do that once a week, Nick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we can do our own practice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And they find that working out on the sand because of the resistance.
Yes.
It works. It burns so many more calories because unusual positions.
Totally.
So it's kind of it's a great idea. What we could do with all this.
Anybody else got anything to add about this coming 6 weeks? Anything you'd like to share into the group?
I like learning these, like for me, the simplicity and the functionality, because even like say the broomstick, it's just something I can get a stick and leave it and get up in the morning. And like on the days where we're not online, I can just keep moving and doing something every day.
It's awesome. And I find the broomstick too, Hayley, it's great for that hinge movement. When you've got it behind your neck and you're gently coming forward, it has your back in alignment, your head straight. I just find it's excellent for that hinge movement that people neglect, the hinge. It's different to the squat. And I just find it so crucial, Hayley, as well. So the hinge, the squat, the pull movement, and a press, they're four crucial. And if you can throw in a carry, if you can, those 5 plus Lexi's excellent work here with mobility and balance. Seriously, you've got everything covered. There's nothing I can't think of that's not covered. It's just such a great concept.
Simplicity.
Yes, yeah.
And I guess like something I've noticed, because we live by the water and it's been beautiful in the mornings, say like, I don't know if you guys paddleboard or anything, but you could get on the paddleboard and do some of these moves.
Yes, look, the Karate Kid. Karate Kid movie, that's how he learned his balance.
Oh, wow.
He was on a boat, and also, I'm sure Dave remembers the Karate Kid as well. He was learning his balance on a boat. It was like similar to a kayak and also a post.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
And so am I hearing, Hayley, that you're looking for ways to keep the novelty but the simplicity, something like this?
Yeah, exactly. And like what Andrew just said with being out in nature, like combining the movement and the strength with also like your daily nature hit.
Efficiency, yes.
Efficiency, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, on that, I'm a huge advocate of the social aspect, just like we are now, where it's inclusive of different perspectives. I especially love the gender perspectives. I find men are so different with their bodies, and they've been trained in different ways. But the social, that's why people show up for group fitness.
Yeah.
But I think we attract people who don't necessarily like mainstream group fitness. And I say that because I've been to enough and I end up doing my own thing because I feel like I'm going to get much more out of it rather than drilling something I don't want to do, or in a way that's got that no pain, no gain attitude, which is the antithesis of what we do here.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Especially over 40s, I think, as I said before, like it comes in two parts. Over 40s, you either stop exercising or you keep training like a 25-year-old. And that's usually done by a young personal trainer, getting us to do moves we're not used to. And we all get injured. So it's better off incorporating programs for the over 40s, especially for the over 40s and 50s, because we all have different underlying issues, old injuries or what have you.
Yes.
So this is why this balance work is excellent.
Yeah, I find that really interesting. I find that that's been completely my experience. Like getting over 40, one part of my brain is like, oh, after I've had a baby, I don't like running, my hips feel weird, like I have all these pains. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just go really slow. Then this other part of my brain's like going to hit and high rocks. But then after about 2 weeks in the gym, I'm just like, I've got a sore knee and
And that was when too hard. And I was the same. I was the same. And actually, it was actually a physio who gave me that advice. It was actually the physio who told me that. That's the only reason why I know it. Because he kept saying I was training like a 25-year-old. I was getting injured. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of reassess what I was doing.
I think this is where.
And they play hectic music.
Yes, it's disembodied.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, look, I really I thank yoga for introducing more mindful. And it's the way that the professionals do it. They get the mind in the body rather than the abstracted. So we're coming into our meditation time. I am always curious to hear about the quieter voices in the room. I just wonder whether Nick or David, Juno might like to, if there's anything you'd like to share at this point, anything at all that's coming up.
No, not really. I'm just really proud of myself for getting up and doing it. To be honest, I haven't moved a lot over the past year and a half. I've had a really hectic time with my kids, and I was sort of in burnout about February this year. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to move really slowly, and I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, happy. Nothing to share.
That is a lot and important, and thank you for sharing. And I did notice when I looked at our Friday morning practice, your pace was such a gift. Your slowness is beautiful reminder. Yeah, that is already a contribution to the group.
I'm looking forward to the meditation.
Sharing meditation. Only if you'd enjoy it, and we can do lots of silence.
Yeah. Put me on the mat.
Drop the energy down for meditation. Make sure you are warm, feeling safe. Filled. Primal Rolls, our lunges, our clock, our Flamingo. Congratulations, everybody. The meditation can be done from any position where your spine is straight. I typically sit, but there's always the option of legs raised, legs up the wall is another option. Feel free to use the bolster or pillow. Your voice may be lost over there. If you would like to.
In the chair. In the chair.
Chair's good, yeah. You go to the
I wasn't prepared for this, but what I do is I meditate every morning, and when I was 19, my father paid for all of us, the whole family, to do a transcendental meditation course for a weekend. So I've done it intermittently over that time, and now I've sort of taken the TM, which some of you may be familiar, and adapted it to suit myself, which I encourage people to do. So be aware of your total body and relax. Be aware that whatever your philosophical or religious views may be, we're part of something bigger, and that can be part of this meditation as well. So be aware of your scalp, your brain and your mind, and relax. Be aware of your face, your eyebrows, eyelashes, eyes, nose and mouth, and relax. Be aware also of your breath, how you exhale, and how you inhale. Be aware of your neck, shoulders, arms and hands, and relax. Be aware of your chest, back, tummy and hips, and relax. Be aware of your pelvis, upper and lower legs, feet and toes, and relax. Be aware also of the systems that make our bodies support our life, such as our circulatory system, digestive system, central nervous system, respiratory system, and relax. Be aware of the other systems that you may be aware of, such as your endocrine and lymphatic systems, your skin, muscles and bones, fascias, and all the systems that make our body support our life. Relax. So be aware of our total bodies, from our head to our toes, and relax. Be aware also that we are something, we're part of something bigger than ourselves. And in my particular philosophy, I am aware that I am the latest, or almost the latest, in a long line of humans who passed on their genetics, their DNA, from one generation to another, but have also passed on their life experiences, their joys, their tragedies, their relationships and their loves. They've passed all of these things down to us as individuals, and we have within us now our parents, our grandparents, great-grandparents, and generations going back into the history of our families. And we are the latest embodiment of our ancestors' efforts, our ancestors' DNA, and our ancestors' lives lived. And their experiences and lives are within us. And importantly, the love that comes down from previous generations and has been shared between individuals and people within those generations is now within us. So the love that our parents gave us, whether they're here or not at this time, is still with us. And it's all about understanding that we are part of a larger something. And in this particular example, we are part of our families, and in particular, acknowledging the contribution that's being made to our creation by our ancestors. So be aware of our total body, our head, scalp, hair, mind, and brain, and relax. Be aware of our breathing, how we exhale and how we inhale, and the rhythm of that as we do our meditation process. So be aware of our shoulders, neck, upper body, arms and fingers, hands, and relax. Be aware of our tummy, our back, our pelvis, our legs, upper and lower, our feet and our toes, and relax. Be aware of our total bodies, and relax. Be aware of our breath as we breathe in and as we breathe out. Be aware and relax. Be aware and relax. Be aware that we can come back to this quiet place anytime we like, ideally on a regular basis. So be aware of our bodies and relax. Be aware that we're part of something greater. And today we visited the idea that we are part of a long line of genetics and DNA and life experiences being passed down from one generation to the next, from one parent to a child, from that child to its child. And we are part of and the recipient of their life experiences, of their DNA, of the colour of our skin, our eyes, our body shape, the things that we take for granted that came from them. So breathe, relax, and come back to this quiet place whenever we feel it. Relax. Relax. So when we're ready, we return at our own pace to what we've been doing before this session, before this meditation. So relax. Breathe. Relax.
invitations to share any readings or podcasts that are relevant to central focus of strength, conditioning, mobility and balance. But of course, you know, we practice holistically. So if you come across anything that you think is relevant to the group, please share it into the Facebook group. I think I sent you a link. And Nick, I think I'll make sure I've sent you a link to that Facebook group so that you've got a place where we can share resources.
Oh, I'm in. You sent it to me. I have it.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. What a wonderful start to the week.
Yay. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Harley. Thanks, Nick.
We'll be
Thank
here.
you. Thanks, Andrew.
We'll be here Friday, same link, same time, same place. But of course, reach out for any reason in the meantime.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, you know what? Before you go, oh damn, I didn't record. Oh damn.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's okay.
I thought we recorded the whole thing.
So I heard recording at the start. It said that we are recording. I thought it said.
Yeah.
I asked, and then oh yes, good.
Yeah.